Hey, what's up, everybody? I am your community manager for Quake Champions, Mortal Emperor.
And I'm Tokyo Punch-Out.
And welcome to the community stream. So, if you're brand new to the stream, which I see a lot of familiar faces in, so probably not too many people brand new to the stream, but if you are, welcome for the first time. What we're going to be doing here is we're going to talk about the game, answer your questions, give away some cool stuff. We got the hats in the back. Hats. Champions packs, chests, all kinds of good stuff,
right.
And of course play the game with you. So we're going to be playing on the US Virginia server. So if you want to play with us, load up the game, hop in, select that US Virginia server, and maybe we'll get into some games. But let's see what's going on. Mortal Emperor with a not censored. You don't like the mohawk? See, I was feeling like I came out here and I'm like, oh, I don't want to look like this because I just haven't had time to get a haircut.
I said Anarchy nerfed and Mortal Emperor doesn't cosplay anymore.
There you go. That's what it is. Like, my heart was broken, right?
That's good. Maybe that's what happened after you got turned down. Maybe like internally, you had like a self monologue where you're like,
I didn't even do it. No, it wasn't even. It wasn't
Mohawk
even me.
Doesn't have enough speed.
It was here, and then Anarchy got nerfed, and it just went. Oh, very sad. Like an orca in captivity. Just
damn. That's real specific. Okay, I like that. That's a good analogy. Yeah, I wanted to give a shout out to Jahar and Rotten Rose and everybody that's a big part of making Tasty Spleen happened, because last weekend they had their first 2v2 tournament.
That was tight.
And it was amazing. Like, we had Ketchup on there streaming for a while with Jahar, and then we had OD later. But just some amazing matches. I think it ended up being that Brick and Dewey were waiting in the semifinals for what ended up being Rafa and Dehang. And they had a great series, but Rafa and Dehang ended up winning the 2v2. But amazing stuff. It was all community driven, so they had a little bit of a prize pool going in, and people just kept donating, and everybody was just hanging out. Cool. I spent like 8 hours on Saturday. Like, it felt like you were at a LAN. It was great.
And if you're saying like oh, Anarchy's been nerfed too hard, you didn't watch those matches.
Yeah, no, Anarchy's fine.
He's fine.
You put Anarchy in the
dude, I love that 2v2 is like becoming a thing, and like people are like developing meta around 2v2.
Oh yeah. Like,
that's tight.
Yeah. And just to hear call-outs and everybody, yeah, that was like an NA one. I don't think there was any EU teams in that, but of course that you can always check the tournament page. We've always got stuff updated there to a degree. Like, Farrell is still running his, so is what's his name? Shot. Why am I blanking? Can't remember what his name is now. But yeah, there's two specific ones out of Russia that are great. They're doing weekly stuff. So, Splattershot? That's not what his name is. I'll think of it. Anyway, but yeah, check the page if you're looking for some new info on tourneys. For community stuff, we've got stuff popping off. And again, the full esports plan we're trying to get out later this month for sure. Yeah,
and we're always on Twitter, like, retweeting stuff. If you have a tournament coming up that we don't know about, that we haven't done anything for yet, let us know. Like, reach out, hit us up, Reddit, Discord,
100%.
Drop into my PMs on Twitter. Like, tell us, and we will totally promote all that stuff. We want to promote these community tournaments because, like, these are like the lifeblood of the game right now.
Yeah,
absolutely. We have the big tournaments, obviously, like the big like set piece tournaments. But it's the community keeping the scene going, really, and it has been for forever. That's Quake, right?
Yeah.
So let us know, and we will totally put them out. Like, I want to start getting some, maybe some Steam announcements too, and just telling people, like, here's what's coming up.
Absolutely.
And I know your big project has been working on getting an actual schedule up on the webpage, so look forward to that.
Yeah. And so, somebody mentioned it wasn't Champ or 125 FPS, but those are two other great examples of EU tournaments that are going weekly.
Yeah, 125 FPS is...
But yeah, if you guys ever see a tournament that's coming up that you think needs more attention, or even if you don't think that, we do. So holler at us, and we'll make sure we can amplify it as much as we can to make sure there's as many people as possible in that tournament having fun playing Quake. So let us know. But yeah, should we jump into some...
we can get into some games.
Some matches here?
Let's talk about what else has been going on. There's been a couple of things. So one thing that I do want to head off, just to let everybody know, we are going to start rolling out a PTS server. this is going to be, we're starting that probably today, if not early next week. Now, for the time being, just before, just to set expectations here before everybody goes nuts on PTS server. Right now, it is going to be limited. We're going to be phasing out rolling people in over time. The object of this particular one is both to test some stuff we have coming down in the pipeline for the February update, which is coming up. I don't have a watch, but like imagine it's there very, very shortly. And then also just making sure that I think we might have hit the nail on the head as to what's causing the crash issue. And I know that's been like a huge pain in the butt for everybody. But I think we've, hopefully, fingers and everything crossed, found what the root cause is. Thank you, everybody who sent in all of your DX diags. Like, thank you. That helped us so much, because without knowing what the common denominator was, that thing was just it was a persistent. But yeah, so we're gonna test that out. But in the future, we're gonna have PTS hopefully like opened up more and more and testing things out beforehand. That way, one, we can actually get some like QA from our QA team does a great job, but there's only so many people you can have, right?
Exactly.
And then opening up to you guys.
I was gonna say, like, sometimes in that test environment, there's only so much you can test versus when you open it up and have people playing on different servers with different pings, different machines, configurations, all that. But also, I saw someone that was worried about don't fracture the community. Don't worry about that, because it's opening up to like less than 100 people in the beginning, and so all that's going to have to be like coordinated of people that are actually basically doing custom games only. It's not like we're going to have a PTS server in the next month that's going to be like a whole different, choose any location you want. There's like games always happening. It's not going to be like that. This is just right now really so we can get kind of the best look and the most configurations that we can without going wide and fracturing the community. So don't worry about that.
Yeah, and if you've ever played on like a PTS server for any game, really, like that the thing is like the PTS server comes out, oh, there's a new update.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go, me and my friends are gonna go check that out, play it for a little bit, and then like give feedback, and then go back to the regular game. And we're gonna try and focus it down on, there'll be specific times where everybody jumps on, just by the nature of it, not even restricting it, but just by the nature of like how PTS works, how time zones work. There you're gonna find like a couple people jump on during this time, you'll find some matches, but then everybody goes back to the regular game. So I wouldn't worry about that at all. Yeah. That's just how PTS is.
Somebody was asking, how do we choose? I mean, a lot of it for the first round is really people that we knew were potentially having problems, or people that have had problems specific to the crash of desktop. So that's basically how that's going to roll out, and then it's just going to be a number of how we can scale it up over time. So there's no reason to like have a beg thread or any of that stuff. Like when we're ready for everybody to be in, like everybody will be in, and it's not like you're missing anything by not being in. Don't worry. And by the way, PTS, for anyone who doesn't know, is just public test server, and I know some people are more familiar with it than others, but yeah, we're just going to start a very, very tiny group, hopefully this week,
Hopefully, yeah. So if you see an email in your inbox, give feedback, let us know what you think. But yeah, I guess we can start queuing up for stuff. What else were we going to talk about? Oh, I mean, you can start going. We can talk while we're playing.
So just so everybody knows, again, we're in, the server is US Virginia, and we're just going to go to Team Deathmatch here. So I'm going to search in 3, 2, 1, search.
One of these days, too, we've never done on the stream, at least not to my recollection. I don't think we've ever had a sacrifice game.
That's true.
We should do a sacrifice game sometimes, especially definitely. Like with the community playing, because like sacrifice is fun when you have people coordinating and like knowing what's up. I've been dropping into a lot more sacrifice games than I have recently. Yeah, see, Differs knows. He's like, do a sack. Yeah. Pumpkin patch.
Maybe we'll do a sack after this.
I totally had to reread that what Zynga said about like pumpkin patch, like patches.
Yeah. Because
we've been talking, there's this dude named David Pumpkins who's been on the server, and we've been talking to like, if you ever see a guy named Extra Barbecue, that's That's one of our guys here at Bethesda. So if you're playing with him, give a shout out, say hello. Great dude.
Yeah.
He's on the Quake team.
Yeah.
But like that dude's his rival, and we were just talking about it at lunch, and he's like, "Oh, I just had this game with like David Pumpkin." Just like, so I saw Pumpkin in the chat.
Yeah.
How do we apply to be part of the PTS? So QWC Temtex, you don't. We have a list of. We basically have everybody who is registered and is actively playing the game.
Yeah.
And we're rolling it out to different people over time. It's not an application process. You don't have to worry about like posting in a forum thread and, oh, did I get into this wave? You'll see an email. We'll send them out. And like I said, since this one is testing the fix to the crash issue, most of the people who we'll have getting in there, like,
we're affected.
We're affected. Yeah. So we wanted to. You might have seen previously on Steam, we had that thread going up about, let us know what your DX diag is and stuff.
Somebody here said, "Oh my God, Steam forums said everybody would be Galena." It is funny though, like Galena's change has been great. Like people actually play Galena now, whereas they didn't before, right?
Yeah. I mean, I made this joke in Discord. If you didn't see it, I had like this little like meme image. And it was just like, if y'all seen the guy who has like the two buttons in front of him, two red buttons, and he's like sweating deciding which one to pick. And one of them was like Quake is a game about map knowledge and positioning. Okay. And then the other one is, but I don't want to check spots where Galena could leave her turrets, her totems rather, because everybody's like, oh, I ran through a teleporter and she got me for 100 damage. That's not fair. It's like, well, why didn't you check it? Like if you see. And granted, if you're on team deathmatch or deathmatch, I can understand. You're not gonna walk out of your way to go check every corner, every teleporter, right? But if you're in a duel, come on. You could see that someone is playing Galena in a duel, and you're on like Blood Run, and you're not checking teleporters. I don't know.
Somebody said nice frames. Yeah, this is just a 60 hertz monitor, so I have it, I think, locked to 60.
Did you?
So,
okay.
Yeah. So you're welcome.
We need to get those new monitors, man.
I know.
We've got a pretty. You might actually see us in a new room pretty soon. Well, pretty soon on like the air quotes timeline, because we've got like a new setup coming, and it's gonna be pretty sweet. Like we were just talking about getting like some new cameras, like 4K cameras, and like some new webcams and all kinds of cool stuff.
Tokyo isn't.
I just realized that. Like,
yeah,
like
changing it up here.
You know what? Like, I'm so used to you playing Doom. Like, I didn't even bother looking at like Ranger in the corner. Yeah, I'm just like, oh, he's Doom.
Yeah.
It's Doom. It's Doom.
Only one jump, guys. It's hard. It's hard for me. I'm gonna be honest. Oh, I didn't pop it fast enough.
only one jump. Jumps off a ledge.
Jumps off the ledge. That's the only one I needed, apparently, to wreck myself. Cool.
Trigger wants to know, is there any update on new maps? We do have a new dual map in the works. It's not ready anytime soon, but that's like, we're working on the 4th dual map. And then, of course, we're starting to build ideas for the first symmetrical CTF map. Yeah, that's still a ways off, but that was like what we're doing for maps.
Yell, BJ, yell. Oh, God. Getting wrecked today.
What?
Alright, let's see if I can get it together.
Please make all maps available for FFA and TDM. I mean, you can do it. You can do it in custom.
Yeah.
And I've thought it's really fun in custom.
Yeah.
But like, as a matchmaking experience, I don't know. Some of the maps are definitely like small for 8 people. It can be fun, but it depends on like whether you're playing with friends sometimes, or if you're just like playing with random people and someone spawns next to you in Vale and you're just like, oh well, that's that. Yeah, Yog Soggoth was saying like Veil of Nath was fun in FFA. I liked it, but I don't know, maybe in the future. The Lone Deranger, any plans for a rocket launcher nerf? There's no plans right now. So of course we had our first phase 1 of the hitbox changes come out. Oh, that was something else I wanted to talk about. The Hitbox development diary.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That's still coming. I know people are like, where's the development diary? We had to do some reshoots for it, and we were getting some more footage that better explains the hitboxes. And actually, we were just capturing footage yesterday, Tokyo and I, where like it's just me standing around Blood Covenant with the hitboxes turned on. You can actually see where, if you're aiming your mouse, where the sections light up, and we got a lot of good shots. I was very mindful of being like, yo, let's make sure we get some shots of the fact that you cannot shoot me through the legs on anybody, whether you're Sorlag, whether you're Clutch, whatever. But that's still coming. I would expect that by like the most conservative estimate at the end of the month, but it's probably going to be before the end of the month. I'm just setting expectations here.
Yeah. Hopefully we get it next Friday.
Yeah. Hopefully. Well, we're going to be at ID next Friday. Yeah, so the dev stream is going to be next Friday. Tokyo and I might stick our heads in on that one. Maybe not. I don't know. Y'all see our mugs all the time. But Sync is going to be in there. If you're wondering where Sync Error is, he might be lurking in the stream. I don't know. Like, someone ask a lore question, Sync will pop up. But he'll be on the stream next Friday. They're gearing up for this February patch because we've got Instagib coming out. Instagib, Instajib, whatever your flavor of pronunciation, and no abilities mode.
Yep.
It's not necessarily a mode, actually. It's like, I don't want to steal their thunder if they're going to talk about it, but I guess they're fine with it. They'll be all right. Yeah. Nobody will get tired of hearing it.
My Diorb game is weak, by the way. The Diorb got way better, and my game for Diorb
you need practice.
Weak. Yeah.
Too much Doom. Too much.
I know.
Too much Berserker Rage.
For the win.
Double jump and Berserker Rage. That punch. But yeah, so the way no abilities mode works is it is a custom game setting, but it's literally just a checkbox. And it's like you can play whatever mode you want, checkbox. I don't want abilities on. It turns off active abilities. You still have passive abilities, just so everybody knows. So Doom will still have like double jump. You'll still have like bunny hop for certain champions. But active abilities are gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's cool.
Yeah.
You know, if you want to play like a classic mode. And we're looking at things we can do for like also having settings potentially where the custom game user basically just will set a champion and everybody plays that champion, so same stacks and everything. But that won't be in this one, I don't think. And we're still talking about that. Menu Gore. So it's not really a classic mode. It is a classic mode. You can decide to be like, I want FFA with no.
Plus, you got to imagine, since it's in custom, it's like you're talking to the people because they're going to be in your lobby.
Right.
You know, you can all choose to go Ranger if you want to.
Yeah.
So in that case, you know, you can go as classic as you want. It's basically it's you know, to your whatever floats your boat.
Yeah. And at least I think, I mean, like I said, there's going to be a way for like the eventually there's going to be a way for the person who set up the custom game to like set the champion.
Yeah, that's possible.
Like singular. I don't know if that's going to be in this one or not. That's a Sync question.
Yeah, I didn't hear if that was in this. I don't think it is.
I haven't heard anything, but I don't want to say it because we've had instances where that was a nice shot.
Thanks.
We've had instances where it was like, oh, this came in, cool. Any thoughts, Spec Ops Delta? Any thoughts on game continuity, as in staying together in a lobby? Time between games is long. Yes, time between games is long. A couple things that are happening with that. So in the February update, we have reduced the warm-up time. The warm-up time is basically like you blink and you miss it. So no more like I'm waiting around for a minute after like seeing like 3 screens of me waiting around for a minute before I get to actually shoot somebody. So that's happening. There have been, like I was mentioning, like Tokyo and I have been capturing stuff on this build, and there will be times where I'm just like waiting for the warm-up to go away, and he's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm doing work," because like on my other computer, because we're in warm-up, and he's like, "No, it's already gone." I was like, "Oh, all right." So that's the one. As far as like a continuous lobby, like that's the ultimate goal. Like the idea would be, you know, that lobby where you see everybody on pillars.
Franklin.
The idea is that we would like to have like that be the screen that you come out to after a while, and finding places where we can reduce, like, you know, you've got the podium at the end of the game, and then you wait for the scoreboard to pop up, and then, you know, you go back to, right now the flow is you go back to the main menu, and then you have to do the whole process again. So hopefully condense all that as much as we can, and yeah, it should also get like reduce the need to ever have that rematch button in the first place. Like clicking the rematch button, I mean, is a kind of a crapshoot in whether or not you'll get a rematch or not. I've gotten rematches on it.
Nail go.
Wait, what?
This is making me laugh because he was trying to do like a ring around the.
You know what I noticed though?
Pinata it, huh?
If you don't mind some backseat driving.
Oh please.
I noticed when
Drive this Ranger.
when you fire your orb,
Yeah.
you're always firing at their feet.
Yeah. Make it more just direct.
Just like center mass.
Yeah.
Like
That's
the biggest, chunkiest part to throw that sucker into.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's see if I can get that going.
Will fast champs like Anarchy and Slash ever get their old speed cap back? It's not planned at the moment. I mean, we can adjust that. Like, that's not difficult to adjust from patch to patch. The question is whether what that feels like, not just to the player, but to other players as well. Like, is it a good experience to have, you know, Slash and Anarchy
Oh man, I missed my midair.
going Sonic around the levels? I mean, debatable. We can check all the data for that and see, but there's nothing like right now in the plans where we're like, oh, bringing their speed caps back up, because as far as I know, and wait, am I hitting my mic?
Yeah.
What? Better? Maybe?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's all good.
See, I knew that was going to be an issue. I was saying before we did sound checks, I was like, as long as I'm not like rubbing my shirt on my mic here. Anyway.
ASMR, exactly. You understand.
Yeah, that's the mortal. That's the mortal emperor ASMR. We're just gonna. There's no plans for changing the speed caps right now. I'm gonna play some rain in the background.
You know what? Let's switch it up. We talked about doing some sacrifice.
Let's do some sack, dude.
Let's do it.
Be tight. Super bonk, yo, let me in. Let me in. Quake ASMR. Galena being as fast as Nyx and Slash is silly. I don't know. I mean, well, if you're not talking about the crouch excel, if you're talking just her like regular speed.
Wait 1 second. So sacrifice, we're gonna queue up. I'm just gonna go solo. Virginia, 3, 2, 1, sacrifice. What were you saying, sorry?
No, I mean, I don't think Galena's speed is a bad thing.
330. I mean,
yeah, like
base, it's fine.
Yeah,
it's totally fine. No one was using Galena.
Yeah, that's
like
the thing.
Remember? Yeah. Remember not seeing Galena?
and that, you know what's funny is I got to say this on the stream, like, we are going to get rid of the crouch excel bug.
Yeah.
And there is an issue where it's like tied to FPS too. So I mean, it's going away, so it's like not a big deal in any case. But I got to say, the funniest thing about the crouch excel thing is like there was another bug that existed that wasn't intended to be in the game, and it increased your movement speed. And it became a staple of the game. And if you think I'm talking about something in Quake Champions, I'm talking about something in Quake, as in strafe jumping, which was a bug that was never supposed to be in there. And if y'all remember, they tried to remove it in Quake 3.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about. Like, it was it was not something that was supposed to be in there. Yeah. But it became a thing, you know? So it's always funny to me where people are like, oh, it's a bug that you can move faster.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And then they're like, in the same breath, like, learn to strafe jump. I don't know. Funny to me, but.
Let's do either one of these are great. There's Super Bonk. Super Bonk was just trying to invite me. I think he already had his stack
Is there
together.
plans to add a cool new skin to the Tri-Bolt? Make it at least look cool. Yeah.
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 And actually the alternate
The
Tri-Bolt,
Purgator?
Yeah, I like that one with like carbon fiber a lot. That one looks cool.
It's got the little like hood over the top.
Yeah. But yeah, I think there's more of those coming as well.
Games on phones, crashes. Yeah, so Power Gaming 12, exactly what we're talking about. So the crashes, looking into that. That's what the public test server is going to be for.
And again, if anybody is having the crash to desktop problem, holler at us.
Yeah,
please.
send us.
We need to know.
help.bethesda.net. That's like the mantra. If ever you need help for anything, we have like an awesome QA team. They're always willing to help. Drop them a line first. If you're not hearing anything, which you know, give them like 24 hours to 48 hours to respond. They're usually quicker than that, but just so you know, depends on the volume of tickets. But otherwise, holler at us too. If you holler at us first, I'm probably going to send you to help.bethesda.net because like getting a record of when you're seeing a crash. Are you getting a crash log? Have you sent a crash log? What are your settings? What's your computer hardware specs? All that stuff is stuff that could be tied into the reason behind the crash.
It's the first sacrifice I think we've ever played on stream.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Super Bronk's in there. He got in. How about the bug report in game? Yeah, that works. Bug report in game works. The reason I usually tell people like help.bethesda.net too, though, is just
message up there.
Lots of new questions about central server for people not on East Coast. Yeah. I don't know what I'm gonna be honest. I don't know what the status of that is right now. Again, just to let everybody know, like I think we mentioned this a while back, but the thing with servers is checking to make sure what the demand is, what the usage is.
Gang.
So if we see there's a need for like another central server, we can do that. Don't we have a? We closed one of them recently, right? Was it Ohio? Which one did we close? Was it Iowa?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Iowa and Ohio.
Yeah, but we still have one, right?
We still have which one?
We still have a central server, don't we? It's like north.
Yeah, it got basically that got replaced, right? I mean, so
it got replaced by one for. It wasn't the Mumbai one.
No.
It was another one. Antarctica server. Why is 2v2 delayed for so long? Polish. It's always. I mean, it's polish, and so the other thing also, even more than polish actually, is UI. UI. A lot of people don't actually like think about UI when you're thinking about game design, unless there's something wrong with the UI. Like, oh, this doesn't look good to me, right? Or like, I need to see this kind of thing on the screen. Good UI is something that you will never comment on unless it's like Persona 5, right? And like the UI is like out there, and people are cosplaying.
Better than the game is.
Yeah, right. And people are cosplaying what the UI looks like.
Yeah.
But UI has to touch everything, and UI does become a bottleneck in most cases. And this is not just like on small development teams, it's on big development teams, it's on medium-sized development teams. You know, I personally have worked, you know, in studios of a lot of different sizes, at publishers of a lot of different sizes, and UI is always the bottleneck. So I think that's where we're at right now with 2v2. I think like most of it should be just done and turn on a setting, right?
Yeah.
But the fact that we need to build out some kind of user interface for the menus, the user flow to get into 2v2. Is it a drop-down menu? Is it a check mark? You know, all these kinds of things. Is it something like, do we situate it in the quick play menu? All these kinds of things.
Right.
So, Nyko wants to know, as 2v2 comes up, are clans coming too? Clans will come in the future, yes.
But
not with 2v2 though.
now.
Yeah. But I mean, clans are obviously a super important feature. Speaking of UI, Red Belmont wants to know, can we ever customize our HUD, like move stuff around? I would put that on, like, if ever we do it, it's on a super back burner. Just because, like, that's expensive in terms of development time. Being able to have a modular UI system, like you would see in an MMO, takes a lot of time, a lot more time than you would think to do. Like, oh, it's just drag and drop a window. Nope, it's like you have to make all of these things their own, like, separate entities, and then be able to restructure them on the fly, or in a menu somewhere. And having a menu to customize your HUD is also another, like, UI bottleneck, right? Because now you have to build a menu, within the settings menu, to do that, and it's got to, like, show you exactly what it's going to show up in game. It's got to propagate that correctly. Yeah. So it's. I mean, if we ever do it, which I wouldn't hold your breath. Way out there in the distance. Any changes to scale? Not really. I mean,
to scale bear.
Scale bear.
Not that I've heard recently, but I mean, of course, everything is always when we start adding more modes, when we start adding more champions, balance is always going to change.
Right.
So nothing is ever set in stone that way. I mean, we're always looking at and evaluating who's using what champions and what this percentage is looking like and trying to balance around that.
Sour wanted to know. Patrick, I see your thing. Real quick though, Sour wanted to know whether we would go back to having lore scrolls and breakables. Not the lore scrolls, but there are breakables. Obviously, it's the Legend of Zelda. Like, you see pots, you want to break them, you want to find stuff inside of them, right? Like, that's like, why else would you do it in video games?
Right.
It's been that way for 30 years. So yeah, we want to put stuff in those pots, but not lore. I think we have other problems to solve with like the lore right now. I mean, I know people are like, oh, I've been playing for a while now and I haven't got any lore scrolls, and it's true. I don't even remember the last time I got a lore scroll, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah, because it's randomly assigned.
It's randomly assigned now, and I think we need a better way to, like, display that in terms of, like, rewards and telling people what you got and maybe what other people got, so people aren't confused, because, like, people have been asking for the longest time, where are the lore scrolls?
Right.
And you wouldn't know unless we told you, or unless you found one at the end of the game, and then went into your lore menu and saw, oh, I got a new lore scroll. Yeah, exactly. So that's kind of like not a good. Again, it all goes back to the UI. See, we're tying this thing together. That's the user experience, right? So we got to do better on that, and I think we can do some stuff to solve the issue of, like, oh, it's been like a month and I haven't gotten any lore from a match, or maybe you have and you just don't know it yet.
Yeah.
We should do some giveaways, because we are at the halfway point already. Man, time is flying fast, and, like, we have gotten to the point where we're ending right at 2 Eastern now, because we got
the stream behind us.
Yeah, we got other streams. So let's do some giveaways. What are we're gonna give away some chests?
Yeah, let's start with that.
Yeah. I think we'll give, like, our winners, like, 2 chests per person.
Give me something or get bit. That's a good. That's a good threat from someone named
Deadly Cobra.
Like that.
All right, 2 chests. First one up, Crazy Al. Crazy Al.
Crazy Al, what's up?
2 chests. And then Not Easy Being Green. It almost makes me want to do a Kermit the Frog impression, but my Kermit. Can you do Kermit the Frog? I can't.
Let's see here. Not too well, I guess.
It's not easy being green.
Just hoping that we get a Sorlag in this game, where, you know.
That's about all I got, though. I don't know. Is that good?
Dude, Kermit the Frog vanity, like being carried around in Sorlag's backpack. I want it.
Oh, that would be amazing.
Let's put that down.
Slate it. 2018, slate it. Get it in there.
Disney will sign off on it, right?
Oh, easily, yeah, 100%.
So all of the prizes we're giving away today, we will send you confirmation in your Twitch PMs. So make sure you are logged into Twitch and looking at your messages. We will send them there by the end of the night.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna get them out. We're gonna try to get them out today this time.
Mm-hmm. Muppet Champions, yes. Champion babies. Like little SD. Did you guys see on Twitter Zeus? His like SD chibi version of Visor. Oh, it's beautiful.
It's so tight.
I want everything like that. Like I just want a little champions mode. I know they could explode in like confetti and stuff instead of Gibbs or something. Something nice, something friendly.
Something positive.
Suicidal Chicken Tendies, which is an awesome name. How do I enter? You just chat and hang out in the chat. That's it.
You already did.
You literally just entered.
You already did. How about that?
Let's see. Gaz12, what about Defrag? Not anytime soon. I don't know. I've told this story before on stream, but like, if you weren't around for that stream, whenever Defrag comes up, I like to tell it because it was like my super awkward, like, hey, it's me meeting Adam Pyle, Sync Error, for the first time at QuakeCon, and like I was really like, oh man, shaking his hand, so good to meet you, I'm glad to be part of the Quake team, like this is you know like oh, I love this community, da 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 da. Hey, when's Defrag? Like that was like the first thing.
How did Defrag win?
It was basically like,
slow down. I don't even know you.
Our tutorial was just coming out at the time. They were playing it on the AMD machines at QuakeCon.
Right.
And I was just like, so have you ever thought like strafe jumping is like really hard for people to get a hang of? And I've been listening to people in like the closed beta forum and stuff. Did you ever think about just doing Defrag and just having like the meter there? And Yen was like, Immortal Emperor hasn't washed his hands since. Nope. Nope. Keeping the sealed glove at home.
That's right. He went home and put it in clay, got like an impression of it.
Got the print. It's great. Let's
Give
see.
me that protection. All right.
Yeah, but the idea, so while we don't have any ideas for a Defrag mode, something that did come out of that early conversation was the idea, like, we would have to think of it in terms of, you know, what would be the easiest kind of way to teach people that. Is it that Defrag meter? I don't know if it is. You know, it might be something else. It might be, obviously there's a combination of tutorials and also, speaking of strafe jumping and tutorials, like, if you haven't checked out, I'm going to give a shout out to Frothy Omen right now. Look up Frothy Omen on YouTube if you hadn't. He just put out a really, really good circle jumping and strafe jumping tutorial for Quake Champions. It's awesome. Check it out. He's also got some new guides going on for like Ranger. I saw he put out one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just reading your chat. Quit taking kills on Tokyo. He just wants the punch.
Yeah.
Deacon Frost, Gore, yes. Gore is still, I mean, it's coming. Like, I don't really have anything to update on that. We're just, because we have to do it per champion, it's just taking time to build out the feature. Because, like, this is that thing where I want to talk about Gore, and I can't talk
I
about
mean,
it.
we've seen it, and it's amazing.
Yeah, you've seen. So I posted that old like video from QuakeCon where you guys saw the initial wireframes and like rigging, where it's like visor gets like chopped in half or like a leg comes off.
Yeah.
There's some cool stuff in there.
Yeah.
And you have to do that per champion. That's not like a one size fits all thing.
Right.
So it's taking time. But I believe me, please believe me, I want to show the gore as much as you do.
Oh, the gore is
like anytime
amazing,
we get an email where they're talking about the gore, and it's usually like
when?
like they're talking like design stuff.
Yeah.
And there are no pictures. I just want the picture book, man. I'm just like, when are one of these gore emails?
Sure.
So we're in the same boat as you guys sometimes, where it's just like, where's the pictures? Where's the video?
Yeah.
Show it to me. I want to see it.
Yeah.
Baby Shambler champ. Like that actually would be kind of tight. Maybe not a baby Shambler champ. Maybe that's for like champion babies mode, right? but like a Shambler, I don't know. Ideas for the future.
I mean, you got the head now, right?
Yeah, you got the head.
Gotten.
But I mean, it would be like you would already have the ability
Yeah,
planned out.
that's true.
Throws lightning, easy peasy. What about left-handed weapon placement? Reaper Man wants to know.
We've seen some stuff about the idea of having in the future potentially left, center, or right, but that's still, you know.
It's still up in the air. Like
Yeah.
right now, it's tied to. Well, right now there's only right-hand weapon placement, and center placement is tied to the model.
Yeah.
Whether we change that in the future, I mean, I've heard a lot of like fors and againsts for it, both in the community and out of the community.
Yeah.
Or internally, I should say. We'll see.
I see Shuey wanted a CTF update. Next week, during the dev stream, next Friday, a week from today, bring that same question then, because I think they might have a lot more info on CTF in particular than we would at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vesberg wants to know, you promised a roadmap last year. When are we going to see that? I'm not going to give a date, because every time I say soon, it gets pushed out.
Yeah.
But I will say it's still in the works.
Yeah.
Like, we haven't forgot about it. It's not like, oh, they haven't gotten the roadmap yet. Let's just, like, not do it,
Right.
and they'll forget about it. No.
Yeah.
I am literally, like, this past week, just sent off some samples of, like, the look of the roadmap, like what the template should look like, over to the team at id, and they gave me some feedback about it, and it's looking pretty good. So we just need to get some assets to like drop in, and I mentioned Tokyo and I are going to be over there next week. We're leaving next week for the id offices. We'll talk to them about it then. So I'm not going to give you a date, but I haven't forgot about it. We haven't forgot about it.
No, for sure.
I want to get is the roadmap UI transfer. I mean, it's UX.
Yeah.
It's a user experience.
Oh,
thing.
I meant to mention also, Wolfram said thanks for the wallpapers. If you guys haven't seen
Oh,
them
yeah.
yet, we put up 4K wallpapers. I think there's like 24 of them or so. So those went up today. They're on Quake.com, and you can see that we linked them to, in Reddit and BethesdaNet and everywhere else. But also, we're going to start having a newsletter going out, and that's going to have one for every month is going to be unique to not only ones you've never seen before, but they're actually taken from FreeCam with some really cool angles of some of the maps you've never seen before. So definitely, if you haven't signed up for the newsletter, I think it's somewhere on the website. Definitely check that out, because they're really tight. They're cool.
Yeah. Tokyo was taking shots of like all kinds of things in those maps.
I've seen stuff I've never seen in my life. In my life, I was like, "Are you serious? I've played this map like 350 times and I've never seen these things." All right. So there's some cool stuff to look forward to with that, for sure.
Moonfire's still talking about you being Ranger earlier. Like, he was Ranger earlier. It was weird.
You remember that one time for 5 seconds when he didn't do that well? And
It was that match where he was Ranger. I think we can do another giveaway.
Yeah.
I think we can do some champion packs.
Let's do it. Oh my god, I wasn't even paying attention. Yeah. Let's go to this one.
Nice. Oh, hey, Wolfram's in here.
Yep.
I was wondering why you were doing the shout out. I didn't see him on the thing.
Yeah,
oh, Heartless,
he was
Heartless
chatting.
Phil is in here.
Oh yeah.
Who else we got in here? 3 stacks. Super Bonk, obviously.
Oh yeah.
Cassio Longino. Wanted to know if Instagib will be custom match only. No, it's going to be like a mode that you can queue up and do matchmaking for. Instagib is going to be like a mode for everybody. The only mode that is right now planned to be a custom only thing is no abilities. But again, that's not a mode. It's literally just like you have a custom game with, you know, up to 8 people, and you decide we don't want to have abilities in team deathmatch or sacrifice, and you just turn it off. All right, so Zogel, you get a champions pack. Congrats. And Hanga God, you both get champions pack. So be on the lookout for that in your Twitch inbox. If you don't already have it, which Zogel, I think you do, right? If you don't already have it, though, you can give it to a friend.
Crap.
Let's see. Legend wants to know, Quake 2 weapon skins. Yes. Yes. There are some notable ones. I'm not going to announce what they are, but I think if you think about what you would want weapon skin wise out of Quake 2, there's one in particular that is coming. I'm not going to say what it is, but I think you should be able to like read my mind about what it is.
I like that challenge. That's a good
Yeah,
one.
read him.
Hey, just read my mind.
Just
no
read
problem.
my mind.
NP.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know.
Like, I mean, if everybody, well, you know, I'm not saying you personally. I'm saying
No, I
them,
know.
them, you, not you.
Them, yeah.
Yeah,
I got you.
yeah.
Made sense when you said it.
Like whenever, come on, there's only 2 weapons people think about when they think about Q2.
Yeah. Truth.
Okay, 3. Eyeless.
Also
3.
Couple.
Yeah, he had a 3rd one. Power 12 Gaming. I do not know if you said anything about this, but are we getting a server browser in the future? Yeah, but I think that there's been some confusion about the idea of what. Well, okay, so take all of this with a grain of salt, because the server browser is not going to be something that comes for a while. Again, we're setting expectations here. But the idea behind the server browser, as it was initially thought of, was going to just be basically like a way that you could set up a custom game, in a sense, and have people join into that. And that's still, as far as we've gotten, sort of the idea behind it, but that's, so it's not servers as people think, but you never know in the future. But I just want to let people know like that was the idea at this time. And since then, and that was a discussion far back, since then we haven't really been focusing on doing a server browser anytime soon, because the game has like a lot of other stuff that needs to get put in, a lot of other stuff that we feel is like a higher priority right now. And I know people love servers, for you know, obviously sort of the old school way to connect, right? But I think there's improvements that are still going into like matchmaking and
Oh, yeah.
again, the flow of how everything works, different modes, and all kinds of stuff. Quake Pro fan, like demos. Yeah, if you were here, go back and look at that one where Sync was on here last time, and we were like, I turned to him, we're like, can we talk about demos? And he's like, no. He's like, I don't know what I can say.
Exactly. Oh god.
That one was great. Phasmo, V like Vulcan. You know, I think we still have to. We were just talking about that earlier.
We don't have any.
We don't have any new info about that yet.
As soon as we do, you guys will be the first to know that.
For sure.
I'm definitely a huge fan of what Vulcan did for Doom 2016. Even if you had an NVIDIA card, I know it's kind of like tuned for being really good on AMD in particular. But even if you had an NVIDIA card, it was at least 30 to 40 frames. It was great.
Will there be strafe jumping tutorials in the game for new players? I would like there to be.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I'm sort of jumping ahead a little bit here, but we've been wanting to run more contests and things, and this isn't going to happen for a while, so I'm really jumping ahead here.
Which one?
But eventually I would like to have a contest for you, the players, to make guides for new players.
Oh yeah.
And compile those and maybe potentially get them in game, because we can do links to YouTube videos in the client.
Right.
We already have those for our current tutorials.
Yeah.
So something to look forward to, like maybe a couple months from now. I just didn't see. Patrick, can you scroll up real quick? Someone just said like Tokyo 1v1 for a hat. Oh, it's effortless. Tokyo 1v1 for a Quake hat.
1v1's not my game, but if a Quake hat's on the line, I'm gonna.
We should do it off stream.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, we have to. This is gonna be the last match, the last round.
Is it?
Yeah. It's like we have 9 minutes left.
Ow, jeez.
Yep.
Oh yeah, okay. It just started. Okay. And it's sacrificed.
Yeah.
Clipter, any word on format change for duel? I mean, we are working on different duel formats, but I don't have a date. That's another thing. Hold that question for next week. Ask Sync, and I don't know who his co-host is going to be.
Sure.
It might be Tim, it might be John.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
It might be someone the players have never seen before.
Could be.
I don't know. We have a lot of people on that team who
haven't been on
should jump on stream.
Yeah, definitely.
Will there ever be a main menu overhaul? Rita wants to know. Yes, yes. That's actually like in the works. There's main menu overhaul, gameplay flow overhaul, as in flow, as in like when I talk about gameplay flow, I mean clicking from the main menu to what game you're selecting to how you get into that game, all that stuff.
Just double whammy in there. Shout out to myself. Go ahead, sorry.
Mic again? Oh, it dropped? Have I been talking this entire time and I'm like, my mic has just dropped? Oh, okay.
You had a mic drop? Drop?
All right.
Whatever
bye,
you said
Mike.
before that must have been really like profound, because you're like,
Right.
anyways, that's what that is. Bam, it just dropped it.
Performance improvements on the way. Grab the game. Grab theme gar. Grab theme. Yeah. All right, I got it. Grab theme gar or grab the Megar. Okay. Anyway, to answer your question, yes. Performance improvements. That's a continuous track, right? Like every single update, we're trying to put some kind of performance update in here. Matter of fact, in that Hitbox video that everybody, that I mentioned earlier, that everybody's kind of wondering about, we actually talk about a network change that happened in this January update. That with the way hits and abilities are detected. And that's a performance improvement. But if you're talking performance improvements in terms of like frames per second, in terms of like overall game stability, then yes, that's also something that's like as many of those as we can cram into every single monthly update and keep that monthly update stable, we do.
Yeah.
It's not like we decide like, okay, January we're going to have a performance update, and then February we won't, and we'll just do content, and then March we'll have another performance update. Every update we're going to try and just keep hammering on performance. That is a continuous beat.
I need to do a shout out real quick. I've seen
Sure.
this guy in game before. There's a guy on my team named Celeron 300A OC. Like that shout out to like an old Celeron processor like warms my heart in a big way. Celeron it was a company that was kind of like before AMD to compete with Intel, and they made some garbage processors. Let me tell you, like my first build was like I think it was a 166, or it was supposed to be like a 166 Celeron overclock plus. It ran like a Pentium 90. It was such trash. But it was like the only other option than Intel, and Intel, you know, as they are now, they were super expensive back then.
Yeah.
But that name, Celeron 300A overclock, bless you. That's a great name.
Man, I remember speaking of, first PC that I like actually owned. That was not like, you know, me playing Quake on a school computer and convincing them that it was worthwhile.
No, this is educational.
Yeah.
I'm learning.
I'm learning.
I'm learning
like
map
like
control,
like
Dad.
3D.
I'm learning map control, Dad. Get off my back.
But it was like it was an Intel 450.
Okay.
And I used to think I was like king of the block with that thing.
Oh
man.
yeah.
Patrick, do we have like 2 more for the hats that we can give away before we go? This is gonna be all right. So Monster CM. I'm pronouncing your name wrong.
Maybe.
Monster TECM. You get a hat, one of those cool Quake hats, and the Det Man. You also get a Quake hat. So we're gonna send you confirmation on your Twitch private messages. We'll just need your address, and we'll send you your hats. And if whether you're you know, North America or whether you're international, we can send the hats anywhere. I know I get a lot of questions like, oh, I'm from like Argentina. Can I get? Is it okay to send me a hat?
I've actually gone to the EU. And
yeah, or yeah, like Poland. We actually have a couple people who won hats from Poland. We can send them anywhere, guys.
Yeah.
Don't worry about that.
Oh God.
Toads, he's like, no, I'll never be able to cover this bald spot. You'll get a hat one day, Toads.
Who said that?
Totes.
Totes?
I can't read his full name on stream.
Okay. Oh, I understand. Totes was something, probably.
Yeah.
Got it.
It's an amazing name. I'm not gonna read it on
Shout
stream.
out to your name, Whisper. Why are you doing there, Super Barn?
Death, don't be down on people. You already got a hat. He's like, you're never gonna get a hat, bro.
Man.
Death already got a hat. Don't be like that.
He's hat shaming people now. Man.
I've seen Death streaming with that hat too.
Oh, yeah.
It's great. Where's my gun? A Celeron is a single stalk of celery. The more you know. Let's see. Sour. Oh yeah, thanks for posting your question again, Sour. Will we get buffs for the lightning gun and the rail gun? No.
Buff for the railgun? I think we're at a good place.
Yeah, I think we're okay. I think we're okay with the railgun. Weiser wants to know, what about rune bugs? Not sure what you're referring to in that. Send me a message later, whether it's on Discord or like poke me on Twitter. I think we had our handles posted earlier in the stream. So I'm at Mortal Emperor. Tokyo Punch-Out is at Tokyo Punch-Out. Let me know what you're talking about, Weiser, regarding those rune bugs, and we'll look into it.
Yeah.
As far as I know, there isn't any. Why does Tokyo keep the cool red hat and we plebs get the white hats?
Man, this is just a patch. Yeah, I did check. I checked the other day because somebody was mentioning that, and right now in the NA store, it's out of stock. You can, I think, maybe get the hat, but the patch set that has like Doom, Quake, and Wolfenstein 2, New Colossus, that patch set is actually out of stock. But we're switching stores, so I think in the next month or two, hopefully that'll be back up, and then you get one.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I just love this hat. I love that hat too. I wear that hat all the time, like all the time.
At least you can get this one.
Yeah.
I wore that one, the prototype one.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, the metal one. Yeah, this one's actually like purchasable. The one that he
you
had
can,
is like
you can get
one
that
off.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah,
you send it to a 3D printer, like a it's like some Star Trek level stuff.
Yeah,
Anyway.
see, those patch hats were all over QuakeCon. Yeah, and they sold out, and I didn't even get one of those hats.
Yeah.
All right, I think we're gonna.
Did we do Champions packs yet?
Yeah,
We
gave
did
away.
those. Okay, good.
We gave away the chests.
We did the chest.
Gave away the Champions packs, and we
Packs.
gave away these sweet hats.
How many hats did we do?
2.
Let's do 2 more.
We're gonna do 2
You guys
more.
want hats? I mean,
What?
I hear a lot of hat
What?
talk.
The absolute madman. He's gonna give away
I feel
2
like-
more hats.
I feel like you guys want
All right.
hats. I mean,
All right, more hats.
I feel you on that. So.
Totes, totes. Where are you at? This is your chance. All right, who are we gonna?
Did he win last
He-
time?
I
'Cause
think he
remember
won.
shouting him out because that name is so good.
I don't recall having seen it.
All right, one winner is
Wandow's 95.
95. Bless you for that name. That's an amazing.
He's
one.
always in here.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I was like, Wandow's, didn't you win already?
Windows 95 Calrissian. Congratulations, you get a hat. I gave you a last name you didn't have, but you deserve it. You deserve everything because that name is great.
Why? Because the solo coming out? The solo trailer?
Yeah. We don't have to go there.
I'm gonna leave that to the
New
community. to talk
champion
about
Han
that trailer.
Solo win. I just read that in my mind. It wasn't actually on chat. Let's see here. Never is the answer. Let's see.
All right, one more. Percepticon. That's a cool name. It's like
That is a cool
Decepticon.
name. I'm glad you read that too because I would have just been like perception. You know when you do that like.
No, this is
Magic
my Transformers nerd coming out because it's like Perceptor, who was an Autobot,
Ooh.
but it's Percepticon, which is Decepticon, and he's gonna be in chat like, man, that has nothing to do with what
He's
you're
gonna be
talking
like,
about.
you nerd. It's like, yeah, dude,
Yeah.
just give me a shout out.
Hey, let me be a nerd. I just gave you a hat. Shut up. All right. That's it for this stream. We will be live next week with the dev stream. You may or may not see our mugs on there, but if not, it's going to be sync error and mystery id person.
That's right. Yeah.
He'll just grab somebody.
Yeah.
He'll just be like, you now.
Where are we going? What am I doing?
Yeah, we'll see you guys in game. Keep hitting us up with all the feedback.
Yep.
If you got into the PTS, definitely give us your feedback. But everybody else, keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
Shout out to all the people organizing the community tournaments again. Let us know about those things. And yeah, we will see y'all next time, and we'll see you in game and
See you in the arena.
see you in the arena. Boom. Done.